Hi everyone, and today I want to talk about rebranding. Rebranding is very essential part of branding because there are many people rebrand their company on a regular basis, and the important part to actually rebrand your company in such a way that you will not lose your customers. Yes, it sounds that difficult, and it's possible to do it in a correct way. There are two things which happen when you rebrand your company. When you did build your brand before, you actually make this attempt to create the image in customers' minds so they do believe in certain aspects of your brand. So certain aspects you can change and certain aspects is better not to touch. That's why when professional marketers actually touch in the case of rebranding, they do look at your brand positioning statement. And in the brand positioning statement, which as we discussed previously, quite close to USP sometimes, actually what we have is three aspects. Three aspects are describing the market where we work, our target audience, and the unique quality which we sell. What is that specific about what we are, or what is that specific about our brand when we talk about brand positioning statement, not USP. So in such a situation, when we need to rebrand the company, we just do take only one aspect and change it, and we do not touch two others. So when we do it, customers do not have any strange feeling about that your brand changed so much. And when we do talk about the visual part of the brand, I would clearly recommend you to make the research from your customers, because there was a very famous case with Gap logo. The Gap changed their logo, and the customers actually create so many memes, so many fun, and they so didn't like this logo that Gap didn't change their logo. Whatever they thought, whatever they spent, they actually take this step back. So when you rebrand your company, you need to be very specific about what that thing you want to change, and be quite careful about that. Because, for example, you do not change anything in these three main aspects, like your target audience is the same, your unique element is the same, your market is the same. The only thing which you need to change is the visual aspects. Well, it's interesting too, because you spend some time and effort to actually make yourself known, visible, and familiar for your customers. In the moment you change everything about your visual elements, customers stop recognizing you. So it's better to take some time to introduce them to new logo, to new colors, to new photography, or anything new you do. And do it slowly, like, oh, see, here is our new logo, and do it for a while. Be consistent with this change, so customer will take time to understand that this is transition from that old logo to the new logo. There is nothing wrong in rebranding, however, because as I told many times, if you invest in your brand on the beginning before you perform any sales, you quite probably will rebrand in the next year. It's absolutely like idea which happened with like most of the customers who I know. So that's why I never recommend to invest a lot before you actually perform sales. So when you rebrand your company, be specific and know another important thing. When you rebrand your company, you need to have a budget. The budget means that if you want to be effectively visible, you need to invest in this visibility, whether it will be Facebook advertising, whether it will be just afford to post more about your new identity, but it requires some specific attention. It's not your regular promotion, it's extra. So you need to put more attention and actually be very specific about that, what you want to achieve. And then again, when you change your visual elements in your brand, you need to explain to customers why suddenly these changes are actually representing you much better than those which you had before. So those explanations, the representations of the brand elements on a regular basis will help your customers to recognize you and create a little bit different image about your brand in their mind. So it's great if you do not change two elements of your brand positioning statement. It's great if you inform customers about these changes, and it's absolutely great if you will add more effort and more budget to make your brand known again and far better than before. So I wish you all success with your rebrandings, and I hope it was helpful, and see you next time. Bye bye.